course. No, sorry, that was bad.
I think I can see my ball way over on that
Mm-hmm.
seamount.
Those are all the
That's
dives.
beautiful. I love these images that Aaron generates.
Mm-hmm.
Really beautiful. We are getting close.
What does our dive start at this time? 1990. Yeah, we are really close. We should see it very soon.
Any minute now.
Any way you want. No. Yeah, so this is our first hour and a half of a 16-hour dive on this seamount. And we don't know exactly what we're going to see when we're down there because nobody's ever seen it before. Be the first one setting eyes on this.
That's why I ran down to get dinner early. I just couldn't wait to get back up here to see the landing. I snuck out. With permission, though.
Yes.
I got permission.
It's really cool when it first comes into view and you don't know what to expect. We've seen such different environments on this early this morning. We were on very, very encrusted, very crusted over deep sea slope of a seamount. It was so encrusted and glued together that we couldn't even get some of the rocks at first. They were all almost cemented. They were cemented into the entire slope of that seamount. And we struggled to find some biology, but we did when we started to get better. Well, actually, when we started to wake up, really. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. Is not the best time for pattern recognition, at least for me. But then we started to see some of these organisms. Wow, they blended so well. So many of them had that same kind of coloration of the manganese-crusted white pattern. We had these beautiful white Chrysogorgidae and even white sea stars, and they were hard to see. And tunicates, quite a few tunicates. What else do we see down there?
Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Good dive.
It was a good dive.
Got 5 rocks. We were humming on the rocks to make sure, because we knew Andrea wouldn't have much time at all. So
It was a good one.
Mm-hmm. We were in the kill zone on high pack on that dive for sure. Collected some samples. There was the most amazing slurp that I have seen yet on this dive. It was a bump and slurp of a neat.
It's on his highlight reel.
That's a bonk and slurp.
Bonk, okay.
Bonk and slurp, yeah.
Yeah.
Copyright.
He's going to copyright that trademark.
It's definitely one of your better bonks.
Trevor trademark.
yeah, sometimes some of Trevor's bonks aren't really all that, but that was a really good bonk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it was trying to escape from him. It was swimming away, and he wasn't going to have any of it.
I got bottom in sight behind me.
So successfully collected.
20 meters off bottom. You can go to like 15 and then stop.
20 meters off bottom.
I'll start coming towards you.
Here we go. All right, come on, general public. Chip in. What are we going to see? What are we going to see?
Cool.
I see the bottom one. On the
Sponges, we've got a community. Right off the bat.
Who's making
Polyepigon.
excited noise?
That was me. Nope, it was not.
Do not take
Andy,
credit for that.
That was the Polyepigon song?
Yeah.
I knew the site was going to be good. Maybe I'm learning something.
Maybe.
It's the angle. I think the angle of the ridge matters.
When we get all sorted, Trevor, you happy to do a white balance?
Rather large sponge.
We will do a white
Whoa,
balance.
Yeah, we have to do a protocol too.
Yes. Caliphacus
Roger.
sponges. And, oh my gosh. Oh, Chris.
Okay.
As far as the eye can see.
Roger that.
Yeah, we don't hear you. You need to.
How about now?
Oh,
Try it again. Auto heading?
Yeah, we're gonna do our protocol, I think, right?
Nope, it's just spinning randomly.
Once
Okay, roger.
Herc settles.
Let me get the tether out of view first.
Okay.
Look at all the corals up on that mound. That's a wall of corals.
Wow. This is
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off
abundance.
so
Can you
it's
go up on Delta, please?
Roger.
Did you know we were going to land here,
Of course he did.
Chris?
I hoped.
Wow.
Wow.
It's
Wow. This is pretty impressive.
I've
This
only
is a-
seen something like this once before in
let's
the
see here.
musician seamounts with these type of
Go.
coralliids.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, we should do the protocol. But this is, wow.
Yeah, stand by a bit. We're going to have to do some setup.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do that now. Okay.
Does
Okay,
yours?
try it again.
Okay. Mine didn't appear to restart. Okay, it's working.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. We'll log that in a sec. But for now, let's get situated here. So
Roger.
you came to port. Can you go to starboard,
Oh,
please?
sorry. Yep.
And I'm gonna go. I went to port. I need to go to starboard.
Roger. Okay. Sorry, I just got spun around.
Oh, that's Sorry.
That's fine.
To the extreme delta.
Yeah, sorry, I'm coming down.
Extreme. I know you're working on it, but the eventual heading you should have is 120.
Roger.
Changing you to dead rack. Cool.
Yes.
So while we are setting up here, Connor, if you want to send those pictures, go ahead and send them. And if you have
How do
a
you fix the crossbow?
an ID, you can
thing
also
again?
share that too. We'd like to know.
How do you fix the...
All of our viewers are really enjoying this site we have in this cruise. I don't think we have seen such abundance so fast and right at the beginning of our dive. So this is absolutely beautiful.
It's okay. It's at least in the same general area. Wow, surprisingly pretty.
RSV looks like a film camera. The VCR.
Yeah, it would be extraordinary, the Argus view on it.
Are you just rubbing it in?
No, I keep forgetting that you can hear what I say.
I can hear everything.
All right, you're good. Thanks.
Can you make sure porch lights and the lasers are off when we do this? Thank you. Thank you, Antonella.
Don't worry, we're not collecting anything right now. We're doing color balance for the video. That's why the arm is out.
Okay, it's going to go black for a second. All right, we are good to go. Thank you so much, Trevor.
Okay, ROV is ready. Sorry about the delay.
Oh,
Video
it's
is
no
ready.
problem. So we're going to
Great.
do the protocol?
Yeah.
Yes, so for our viewers, at this time we will be going radio silent to conduct a private ceremonial protocol to acknowledge and honor the biocultural resources that are present and that we are interacting with and impacting. We will be back shortly on SPL. Thank you. So
Okay.
what is the
What
plan?
to do, what to do.
I was going to say, Chris is about to jump out of his seat if we don't start looking
It's
around.
vibrating back here.
No, I'm fine. I think this is going to continue for a while, but I have to admit the size of these coralliids, I've only seen that one other place, and that was in the Musician Seamounts north of the Hawaiian Chain.
It's pretty amazing.
And it's extraordinary. And also, you might expect a complete transition from these to bamboo corals if it's similar to the Musicians as we progress along this ridge, but maybe not.
Good choice.
Anyway, this is what I was hoping, and maybe we're getting better at this game, trying to find these things. But I think for now, this, just to let the viewers know, this poses a problem as well, and the problem is that there's not a whole lot of places to set down. So we're going to have to find, hopefully, a clear area because this is so dense, and these colonies are so spectacular that we have to be extremely careful. So what I would suggest is let's go ahead and sort of start a transect. Forget about rocks because I think this is impossible to collect a rock right now until we find a clear area. And just take a look and just enjoy this amazing scene.
So Chris, as far as trajectory here, I'm facing mostly west.
Okay.
And it looks like the dive plan, I think, was heading southeast. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go to the top of this little seamount first, which is kind of the wrong way?
How about, can you do a 360 and get, because we are on the top of this little mound right here, and let's just see in all directions what we've got.
Yeah, I mean, we're not on the top because there's a hill in front of me, but we're darn close based on high pack.
Okay, well then let's go to the top.
Sure.
And see,
Yeah.
But yeah, let's spin around and just get a feel for
Sounds good.
what on earth we landed in.
Is this the kind of spot you'd want to take a meniscus in?
Yes, thank you very much. That's one thing that we can do very safely right now is
Sounds
to do a Niskin.
I'll just do this, finish this look around, and then we'll... Good work, Aaron.
Yeah.
So I did a 180 because behind me is darkness.
Yeah.
There's also a heck of a lot of current, so just so you know.
As expected.
Yeah.
That's
so,
why they're here.
Yeah, I'll say.
If you
So I'll set up and do a Niskin.
Wow, there's that big chunk of that sponge that you're looking at just below us. Black corals. So again, these Niskins are in situ or in the environment water samples, and that allows us to find out what's kind of living in this area through a technique called environmental DNA. And it's a way of collecting genetic material that may be floating in the water through like sloughed off cells or mucus from these organisms that's in the environment. And also some of the cryptic critters that are hiding out under rocks and in crevices that we can't see. And so they can analyze the water sample to try to match it up with known genetic database and try to identify some of these critters and maybe even some new ones.
Just give the viewers a little sort of fun fact. If you look at the smallest of these red hemicorallium colonies that you can see on screen right now, the smallest one, those are similar in size to some hemicorallium colonies that were actually collected and aged at about 400 meters off the island of Oahu. And those small colonies were found to be somewhere between 100 to 200 years old. Now extrapolate out to some of these big fans, and their age is potentially mind-blowing, how long they've been down here.
Yeah.
You can also just do any which one. Dealer's choice. Yeah, nice. Glancing blow. You got it. Nice. Got it. Yep.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Good one.
Thank you. That was sample number 149.
Oh, yeah.
Was that 149?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's swell.
Well done.
Versus, sorry, what's the question? Oh, the heading. Yeah. Raj. Okay. Let's go up this little lump.
That very confused colony, I don't know if there's a bunch of them that are growing together, but we'll figure that out. Some of them are sort of all oriented in one direction, and others look like they're sort of a tangle. And And I don't know if that's multiple colonies that have sort of are so close together they look like one.
I'm coming up.
These are in the family Coralliidae, and they're in the genus Hemicorallium. And
Look, there's some carnage there.
yeah, currents could actually, these are very brittle corals. So you could have a large fish swim through one of them if it's chasing some prey, and that could damage. It's like there's potentially some skeletons of some, or one that have fallen over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea how old this community is, but it's got to be pretty darn old. It's been here for quite a while.
Might need a ship move to get to the top.
Okay. What are you at?
I'm at, I'm not the right way.
Okay.
I'm fighting the current as hell. Pretty much almost west, maybe 260,
Okay.
250.
Bridge nav. Can we get a 20 meter step 250?
Yeah, the current is going, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's very Canadian.
So Chris, what are the characteristics of the currents here to allow such large organisms?
Fast.
Very fast currents?
Yeah, and also laden with food. If you think about it, how much food do you need to support a community like this? You need a lot.
And pretty stable, right?
Yeah, so you have fast currents that are going to bring food at an adequate rate.
Yeah, just
So we may be fighting this current, but that's kind of a payoff for actually being able to visit a site like this.
So Chris, when you saw this before, was it the same species?
Yeah, I think so, Hemicorallium. And like I said, I've only ever seen this once before. I was not on the ship, I was actually on shore and was stunned then, just as I'm stunned now. You've stunned Andy and I into complete silence, which is a remarkable feat.
It's been really quiet back there.
It's
Well,
overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. I'm just looking at this. I don't even know what to say. This is
It says
let's try a zoom on it.
It says
if we
everything.
can.
It says everything on
Yep.
its own.
The zoom will be moving from left to right.
Sounds good. Tell me when.
Whatever you want to zoom on, whenever you want right now.
I'm just going to go for it.
Sure, we'll look at some polyps or something.
Okay.
It's just incredible. Just
Unable
think
to
of all the
battle that current with my
organisms. Oh,
laterals.
look at those beautiful crabs, squat lobsters or crabs.
this is most certainly in a coralliid and I'm quite certain it's in the genus Hemicorallium. I'm hoping that we're going to get some
Now we got it, Trevor.
coral experts, and I'm hoping that Scott France will peek in today
Anemones.
too, because this is the stuff that he lives for as well.
There's anemones
Okay,
everywhere
come
throughout
wide.
that
Yep.
corallium.
Thank you.
Wow, and we really need to know what's down here, for how long, what supports them, so that we can protect it. Because these are non-renewable forests, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
The colonies of these, I didn't check the laser, but
Sure, great
wouldn't
little note.
surprise me at all.
They're finishing up that move. Do you think that's going to cover it?
These,
I
Need more.
think we need more.
Okay.
Look how big they are.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
The
so
bases are 20 centimeters wide.
yeah,
It's wild.
so these fans are bigger
Bridge
than
nav,
most
another
people.
20 meters 250.
Yeah, so it's 10 centimeters apart between those two green dots.
This is the fastest current we've seen on this cruise, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, it makes sense to support this habitat.
yeah.
What kind of other animals did you see in the other place, Chris?
Well, as I said, the dive started just like this. That's why
Yeah.
it's all flooding back to me now. I didn't think we'd find another spot like this, but maybe they're more common.
There's a big sponge over there.
Yeah, we could go take a look at that. I suppose I got to get my head around things to do, but
And there's starfish down there on that one.
Yeah.
We sort of went around, the people who were on the ship were just sort of documenting it, and then they were going up slope, and they documented just a complete transition where these started to disappear, and then suddenly all these enormous bamboo colonies arose, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's another polyopogon sponge.
Polyopogon. Mm-hmm. There's a little star on the base there that I assume is trying to eat these coralliids. Boy, is that star lucky. If he eats corals, he found the right spot.
I don't know how far down I can go.
Rather clever sea star.
We could try a zoom from here, but it's going to be super far.
We can try.
Go ahead. Got a coral right underneath me.
Yeah, that's probably something like Evoplosoma or something like that.
A little sponge down there in the crevasse.
I just don't know whether they eat coralliids. He's clinging onto the white base, but the bases are often white, so it's not really clear whether he can eat these.
Well,
he may be hanging on for dear life too in this current.
Unbelievable. Just goes on and on and on.
Definitely less steep.
Do we have any bubble gum corals here?
Not so far. There's some black corals down there.
Mm-hmm. And a couple little bathypathes.
Might be difficult to zoom them because the pilot is very wisely staying up high. Obviously, he's not about to risk harming any of these magnificent animals, so we're just going to have to make do with this viewpoint until we get to some clearer area.
All right. We're calling this the top.
Okay. A little leaf sponge on that one rock to the right.
So what'll be interesting is as we start this transect, is this just one patch that's sitting on the top of this little knoll, and we're going to go down slope a little bit, and we're going to see if it actually continues down slope. But even though we're going to go down slope, and if it does, if it stops a little bit, we're going to go up another slope that's even higher. And we're going to, again, try to understand the pattern. How did this form? How big is this place? Just how old?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many questions that come to mind right now.
Why is this current so bountiful?
So our bearing would be down to like the southeast-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready to go that way, Chris?
I sure am.
You sure are.
I'm gonna.
Been waiting for minutes. Let's 130-ish. Yeah. All right. You want to keep it 20s? All right. Bridge nav. Can we get 20 meters 130? Here we go in slow motion.
So it looks like the current's coming out of the south, so it's going
Out of
north.
the south?
Yeah, north current, I should say. I'm facing south, and it's pushing me backwards, so it's a north current.
Oh, north current. Okay.
How strong would you say the current is?
Probably a 7.4 on the Richter scale. I don't know.
Oh, look at that.
Knot and a half?
That is incredible, that
A
polyopogon.
knot? I don't know.
Knot and a half. Okay.
Maybe a knot.
Just think how old that
It's
sponge is.
a lot.
Wow.
Maybe a knot. There's some spots I can keep up to it with the lateral, and some spots I cannot.
Wow.
So we'll undoubtedly find some bare patches. That's also pretty common. Oh.
So for this section of our transit, the imagery might be a little lame because I'm going down slope and I do not want to be crushing corals behind me.
Yes, amen. Another huge sponge that's, you can barely even see it. Normally these sponges are the biggest thing on the whole, you know, the rocks, and they're dwarfed by these corals. These are nestled in between a number of the corals.
Yeah, even parked in front of the sponge in some cases. So there was one that was directly in front of the sponge.
Chris, what is your best guess of the top age of these sponges, of these corals?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you
Maybe over 1,000 years, 1,000 to 2,000 years for some of these fans. I don't know. We don't know much about the growth rate of sponges. You know, the water was
Bridge
quite
nav,
a bit
another
warmer.
20 meters, 130.
You know, where the aging was done before.
Oh, I see.
If we don't know much about their growth rate and it's hard to get an age on them, how do we know that they can live to 1,000 years old?
Well, it's because one of the congeners, if you will, in the same genus, Hemicorallium, further up, a much smaller species was aged. And so I'm assuming that it must be similar, the growth rate must be somewhat similar, but this would be even colder temperatures. So if you think it potentially is even a slower growth rate down here, but maybe it's, and it also is in a very high current environment as well. But it's just a guess. But I mean, look at the sponges in the background there.
Yeah,
Just,
it's phenomenal.
there are a few here that decided that they've got to become gigantic boulder-sized sponges in order to compete.
Uh-huh. Or just the food available. Food is so much availability of food that they just naturally grow that way.
So maybe slow progress because the current's coming from the direction we want to go.
I'm going to my left.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not quite in the direction we're going, which is good.
We're just facing this way because it's manageable.
Okay.
And not facing directly downhill, which is safer.
I wouldn't mind getting the lasers on that big boy.
The
Bridge
big boy.
nav, another 20 meters, 130.
Oh.
How big is that thing?
I don't know.
A meter and a half across.
And a half, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
9 feet.
Probably
9
sub
feet.
2 meters, but
Yeah.
so 6 feet maybe.
Pretty darn big.
It's a lot of filtering.
There's one of your famous stock sponges next to it to the left. One
Looks
of the
pretty grumpy.
Caliphate.
Yeah, grumpy face.
Grumpy face sponge.
But it looks droopy. This one looks droopy.
It's because the current's really pushing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, can you zoom in on this guy, please?
Man,
Sponge
look
is
at that.
ridiculous.
Yep.
It's so big.
That
This
is amazing.
huge.
Imagine with life that's
Oh,
supporting
there is a little crab in there, a
Yeah,
pink
so-
crab.
shrimp.
Can
or
you
crab.
imagine how
Shrimp.
many little crabs and shrimp are inside? We could barely see them in there, but I'll bet there's a lot of them.
It's an entire tenement complex right there for arthropods.
I'm
These
actually
are
getting a little bit
stations.
of shelter from it. No, slightly less current behind it, just slightly.
It's protecting her.
That's crazy. Thank you.
There's either a lot of shrimp in there, or that's a very rich shrimp that has a very large house.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Aristocrat shrimp.
Kind of makes our Californicus from the other day kind of small.
Dwarfs it, yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing, again, we'll find out is whether or not this density is only right on the highest part of the mound as we go down. It looks like it's tapering off a little bit, and then we'll see if it comes back if we go upslope. But we do need some places that we can settle down and get some rocks eventually.
Bridge nav.
Already looks like less
20 meters,
coral.
130.
Yeah.
So many sponges. Mind turn off the lasers so we get some
We can turn off the lasers. I will always be in
landscapes.
favor of turning off the lasers.
Sponge landscapes.
I got a sec to go back to this now, I think.
Oh, wow. That is incredible.
Sorry, stand by. I got to start up current. Otherwise, there's a 0% chance I'll be able to image it.
That's probably the largest sponge we've seen yet on this series of dives.
Could be.
Oh, yeah, this is sporty. All right, see if I can do it. Not a chance. If you can zoom, go for it, but or if you even if you don't want to, that's fine too.
Fantastic.
All right, wow, okay, come wide, please.
You're just spinning around.
Yeah, that was
That's
with
nuts.
no inputs.
That's crazy.
It was worth a try.
All right, let's go full stick ahead.
There's
Nice.
an Advena magnificus. We were just talking about him.
Is that the mushroomy one on the left?
Yes, that's correct. Oh, I better get my little circler out.
What is up at the top of that little rock? And
Oh yeah, I don't know.
No,
Oh,
I think it's a dead stump.
is
of a
it
Well,
dead
that's
stump?
pretty solid and almost shiny.
Looks kind of metallic.
Yeah, we should take a closer look.
Okay, zoom in, please.
There's dead stump.
It's a dead stump, yeah.
All right, come wide.
Just look kind of shiny.
Really want
for
to
some
get off
reason.
this
So
slope.
there's Advena magnifica, the sponge that's just going off screen now.
Oh,
We
wow.
haven't seen too many of those.
Bridge nav, another 20 meters, 130.
This is why we protect this place as Papahanaumokuakea, some
You notice how
wonderland.
the sponges increase in density once the corals are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think this is the end of it. I think when we go up that other mound, it's going to be pretty much the same. And we're just going in a little saddle, and typically we find some nodules and other things in the saddles.
This sponge looks like it would be a great chair to sit in and watch the
It
current
does.
flow away.
Well, you want to try to back the ROV into it, or?
We can only do that once.
Oh, okay.
Then we'd have to arrest everybody. Nice leafy sponge in front of it.
Yep. Under the Tretopleura. And
It's the one on the right, that little guy.
Little small one. Yeah, I don't know.
That's not a bolosoma, that's a different type, right?
no, it could be a smaller Poliopogon, but I'm not
Poliopogon,
sure,
I meant.
actually.
Okay, zoom in, please. Nice far
Yep,
away zoom.
Small Poliopogon.
Mm.
Again, that's
Yeah,
a
okay, come on.
catch-all for a lot of these massive sponges.
That's the little bookshelf speaker, and you've got these giant standing speakers. Wow. You can see how much stuff is in the water column as it's cruising by. There's quite a bit of biological material in this current.
I feel like I'm about to watch Star Wars.
It is, yeah. I mean, other sites that we've done, well, we haven't seen nearly as much material in the water column.
Long time ago in a dive site far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't someone saying earlier that the concave part of a sponge is the out squirt and the convex is the inlet?
Yeah,
So
but it doesn't look like that from the direction of the current at the
No.
moment, right?
now I guess that raises the question, is this current always going the same way, or is it tidal, or?
I think it could be tidal. It can slosh a bit. But it also looks like the colony is responding
nav,
to the
another
current, and it's
20
pushing it over
meters,
sideways a
130.
bit
Mm-hmm.
from the north. So it wouldn't surprise me if the prevailing direction is north. I mean, where it's coming from.
One of our viewers wants to know, how does a sponge eat?
It filters, just like the corals here. It filters the water, and that's why we're talking a lot about the amount of food that might be in the water column here. So the saddle may actually be a place to look for rocks if we're going to get a lower density in that saddle. Just to throw that out.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, definitely is.
So the
Less.
reason we're high is because we're going down slope. We normally don't do that on our transects, but in this particular case, we are doing a sort of a mild down slope, and then we'll start up again fairly quickly.
How is there no corals here? There's a couple little micro ones, but
Yeah. I don't know.
So many unknowns.
Bridge nav, 20 meters, 130.
Maybe the current's too strong in this area for the corals that would knock them over because
Could
they
be.
No, if those fans are like big sails, if they can stand the current, just about anything can.
Yeah.
'Cause those coralliids are going to be as brittle as any coral that's down here. The bamboos will be a lot more flexible and harder to break off. Oh,
here
we
we
got
go.
some
We're
more
getting
coming
some
up.
more.
Yeah.
Look at all large particles in the water that we didn't see that. There was fine material in the other water currents, but not big chunky things like this.
So the corals are definitely hanging out on the little high points, so it's not surprising there's quite a enormous density right on the top of that knoll.
Mm-hmm.
Substrate is pretty consolidated. Of course, you wouldn't expect much sedimentation with this kind of current flow. There are some possible collectible rocks somewhere down there, I imagine. Once we get, I mean, we'll get to the bottom once we get down slope.
yeah, I don't think we're quite at the saddle yet.
No, we aren't, so.
Now the water's
that.
coming up slope too, pushing me up into Argus.
Oh, wow.
Look at that boulder there to the left.
Yeah.
Every time I think it's a good place for rocks, I look at your camera going down and it's like coral.
Yeah, totally.
It's just a coral.
Whoa.
That isn't a sponge. That can't be right.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
an
sponge.
optical illusion.
Oh, it's a sponge.
That's a sponge.
Wow.
Oh,
That-
my
That
gosh.
That can't be.
Oh, my gosh.
Could be
That
two.
thing is...
Oh,
me
it's
too.
two of them. Oh, thank
Okay.
goodness.
But look at the size of the dead sponge down there in the little valley.
This is cool.
It's massive.
I still can't quite tell if it's two or not.
I think it's two.
They're both still gigantic.
Yeah,
They both are
look,
still
it's
gigantic.
monopolized this little canyon here. It's like
Yeah.
we
Bridge
found the
nav,
perfect
20
place.
meters, 130.
How large can a sponge get?
Well, these are the biggest I've ever
Let's
seen,
take out
so
the
I don't
lasers.
know.
And no human eyes have seen these places before.
No.
right?
No.
We are the first ones. And
Yeah, and whoever's watching today, they're getting a real treat. They picked the right night to watch,
Mm-hmm.
or the right day, wherever they are.
So we have almost 700 viewers on YouTube.
Can we get a shot?
According to Jason.
Can we get a shot of that, Trevor,
Right.
without the lasers before we get drifted, carried away, or is it too late?
Here you go.
Ooh,
Right.
it launched. Oh my gosh, there's another large one down there in the lower right. Oh, wow.
Went off the edge.
You did. Man, that current's ripping.
It is absolutely going for it.
And look at all the stuff in it.
And here are the corals coming up.
Well, this is not, we're still going to the left.
We're going, let's see, where are you?
I'm
Okay,
still
you're
facing-
looking down slope a little bit, right?
Yeah, so we've been moving 130, which is directly to my port.
Okay. So you're looking at about a 200 or 210 or something?
Yeah,
like that?
225, yeah.
225, okay.
That sponge at the top there is exceptionally round.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
We're getting some comments in our incoming messages.
Bridge
Our
nav, 20
viewers
meters,
are
130.
watching from Wisconsin, California. Incredibly beautiful, amazing.
Yep.
Thank you for following us on nautiluslive.org. What you are seeing is what we are seeing live. No human eyes have seen this before. It's absolutely breathtaking. And our viewers are inviting more viewers, so the whole world is starting to watch these incredible organisms.
Yeah, Ken is suggesting that maybe the sponges and the corals are feeding on different things. That it's possible that that the sponges, if I understand this right, they may be actually absorbing free amino acids and other types of things. Corals may be catching other size particles. That's probably a part of the answer, Ken. I'm sure that they're feeding on somewhat different size particles and different things. Still, I'm not sure
Is that a fish?
Where's that?
Down in the left.
Down in the left, it's a fish of
Where
sorts.
is that?
Can I come down on it? Let's find out.
Left. Oh, you're right. I see him.
Yeah, it looks like I can
Right
come
there.
down on this guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's an eel, I think. Probably a synaphobranchid.
Okay, zoom in, please.
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
It's a nice specimen.
Synaphobranchid. And
Okay, bye.
I don't, Ken, I don't think the dorsal was particularly short. I don't know if you get a
You want us to grab a rock
better
here?
look.
That was bad.
Can you do it? Yeah, absolutely. We gotta. Is that too big or is that okay? Can we have the lasers on maybe?
Yeah. Circle it again, please.
It looks big, but is there any chance something like that? That's perfectly angular.
That one's a little big. Let's
How
do the one on
about
the right.
that one?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Okay. Am I gonna be able to sit down here? I think so. Just.
There's black corals right here. They're probably
Yep.
Trisopathes.
Okay, you can go for it.
Several different
Circle again,
kinds of
please,
black
Chris.
corals.
Yeah, that one right there.
Thank you. Ah,
This is
It's a
gonna,
grab and run, huh?
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's a struggle. Come on. Get free. Yes, it
Nice.
is.
Do a quick regrab. Yeah.
Beautiful, nice specimen. Look at that one.
Well done,
mean-
Antonella.
Sample.
Nicely done. Yeah.
Nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to go back? I was actually thinking of maybe we could do 2 rocks there. I mean, I'm
We
feeling
can. We'll just do the next one in a different spot.
okay.
This has a
Big deal.
sponge on it. Has a little sponge on the other side, I think.
We are
Two
going to
for-
have to sample rocks as we can.
It's
today.
a little
I
calificus
think
on it.
starboard side.
Cool.
You got it? Yeah, I got it.
get sample sub, please?
Oh, there's another fish.
Wow, those things are so massive.
Okay, Trey coming out.
Bump out the box.
That's going to be an Echo or Foxtrot. That's going to be outer one.
So you have a preference?
No.
Go for Foxtrot. Okay.
Great
All right.
job, Antonella. Way to go.
Okay, you can get dive salvo.
Again, if we can find another one, I just think we got to grab a couple while we can.
Yeah, Roger. We got to play some catch up first.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, please. Oh, might be able to go up this slope. That'll be swell.
Okay.
I know.
Sport
Cancel
mode.
the arm. Oh, let me bring that in.
Yeah, it's pretty out.
You told me you like walls,
Okay.
Trevor.
I'm into it.
I mean, this is in your wheelhouse, isn't it?
You bet.
Sako, you just popped in for the ultimate
Another
sight.
fish.
Fish,
Maybe,
fish,
maybe
fish.
I
Oh,
can
nice
do a better
fish.
job this time.
What is that fish?
I don't know that we get to know. It's the escaping fish.
He could be one
Go
of
ahead
those.
and zoom, please.
Oh, he's an ophidiid of some kind,
Yeah.
or ophidioform.
Nope.
Hmm.
Gone.
A little
All right.
crinoid there, too.
I'm not very happy to be on
Oh,
code.
look at that.
Yeah.
Epic.
Look at this rock face.
That
Wow.
is truly
cool.
amazing.
He's so good with his name.
Apparently we're going left, so we're going to keep going left. What is... Okay. This is very like aggressive terrain.
Yeah, it is quite dynamic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. We're getting some localized swirling here, kind of pushing us northwest. These sponges are comically large, aren't they?
They are. Obviously very well fed sponges.
Feels almost like a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, these rocks are incredible.
But actually getting more weight, would that help at all, or not really?
What's that?
Grabbing a few rocks as we can, would that actually help, providing a little more weight?
No.
No, okay.
No. I mean, we'll grab rocks. That's no problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I know. I was just wondering if it sort of functions like ship ballast or something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And we go in pretty set.
Okay. Well, we might have some options here, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, we have time to do it now as well.
Yeah, let's
Come
just
down a
get,
little bit, please.
definitely get two for sure here.
All right, keep an eye out and circle when you want.
Let's see. Trying to see how big these are. That one, maybe, or let's see.
Further up.
Further up?
probably.
Okay.
I would guess. This little knoll here you can park out. Protected area.
What about this little slot?
Oh, that's a huge anemone. Look at that anemone.
It's a big
Wow.
one, yeah.
It's gigantic.
Like, what about
How about that
this
one?
Yeah.
Or which one were you thinking of?
Any of those three.
Okay, let's take a look. Maybe that one work? I don't know. Or
Sure.
that one
Come
here
down
is
a little,
another
please.
possibility. Maybe that square one right there.
Which one?
Maybe this one, but that doesn't look too
Yeah,
good.
roger. I see which one you were trying to circle there.
Yeah.
Whoop. Wow. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
It's like the land of giants, giant anemones, giant corals, sponges, big rocks.
And more rocks.
Do you mind, can you circle it again, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Right there.
That one. Okay, thanks.
And it's Chris, by the way.
What about Chris?
Oh, I thought you said Steven.
Oh, it said Chris.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm just mumbling.
Okay.
It's loose.
Yay. And there's definitely not a lot of encrusting down here. It's kind of thin.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, let's hold it up. It's a little thin, maybe. I wonder if we could put that back. Could be a lot of crust on
Put
it.
it back. How about the one down to the right?
Down to the right.
Oh,
that
right.
one there?
Yes.
Yeah, let's try that.
Might be in a weird spot for the arm, but I think you can reach it.
Should be okay.
Oh, it also looks thin. Rats. Yeah, that's wee. Is that too crusty?
Let's see if we could spin it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of thin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a softy.
I think I see one a little farther ahead.
Yeah, straight
Are you
ahead.
thinking of this one here?
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay.
that's what I was thinking. Looks kind of blocky, so.
There's also one just farther than it too. I see as a fallback
Like
to
this
the left.
one here? That's a little
Yeah,
bigger.
exactly.
Yeah, let's try that one.
Okay.
I'll do this
Circle
again.
it one more time there, Chris?
Yep, right there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yes. Ish. Yes-ish. Go for it. What the heck? What could happen?
Look at the
big.
size of those sponge stalks.
Yeah.
They're so thick.
That one's loose.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's going to be a good one. Yeah.
That's going to go.
Is it going to go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it moved a tiny bit. It's just big.
That big.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's a large rock.
That
Wow.
is a monster.
Oh, what's on the
Oh.
bottom? Is that all oxidized?
I'm wondering what's on the bottom here.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
That looks
well,
altered.
Yeah.
Big, but it's altered.
Yeah.
Is
Sorry.
that a no-go?
No,
No go.
No-go.
It's a nice rock for somebody, just not us.
that was a nice grab
Yeah.
of a huge
Yeah.
rock.
Well, we could move on a little bit. They may all be like this in this little hollow here. So
Make sure you put it back at exactly the same spot.
Yeah, tuck it in.
Yay.
That looks about right.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So yeah, let's try another spot. They may all be crusty here.
Roger that.
For our viewers following us on nautiluslive.org, on our main webpage there on the right-hand side, there is live data. You can see how deep our rover or ROVs are. You can see the water temperature.
Excuse me one
And-
second. Kevin, did you mean the rock that we just grabbed? Do you want that? It looked altered to us. Somebody type in and confirm that you want us to leave that or you want us to take that. Nope, we don't want it. Okay, thank you.
Roger.
Just making